As anyone who watches my channel already knows, I am most definitely a survival expert. What's the most basic part of a survival expert's kit? Well, it's a tiny self-contained survival kit that contains all the essentials needed to survive, of course. So what I've done today is I've got two terrible eBay ones. I'm going to break them down and show you what you get for $10 and for $17. Should be interesting. Alrighty, so the first bit of kit cost me $10, and from the outset you can see it is a no BS hardcore piece of survival equipment. On the top, no ambiguity there, SOS, save our souls. So by bringing this kit out, you are sending a clear message that you need help. So you'll either get search and rescue, or maybe you'll even get a pushy evangelist coming to try and save your actual soul. Who knows? I guess that's something that will come out during the testing period. All right, so another great part of this is that it works whether it is this way or this way. Even if you put it this way, you still kind of, if you turn your head, you can definitely see what it means. All right, so let's bust open this tin, which I guess could also be used for cooking quails in, or making quail soup, or those tiny carrots, boil up some of those, or those tiny corns, Very versatile bit of kit there. Probably will make you hallucinate due to the chemicals involved in this annealing process too, so that should make things fun. Anyway, let's bust this one open here. So this will be your, maybe it's your knife. Oh no, it might be some other sort of knife. So this is one of those utility cards. So you got all sorts of things on this. Instructions, that'll be handy, just so you can tell which thing is which. There we go, so you see it's all numbered there. It's good, so when you turn it over, you'll be able to see like the legend for well, 1.5 billion of them, so really it's 1 in 6 people on the planet is going to be fine with that, so fair enough. Comes in a little protective faux leather slip, so I'm sure there's all sorts of things you can do with that. You can open a bottle in your survival situation. You can, that's a bit of a pry, I suppose. That could be an edge if it was completed. Some zigzags here, because we all like that. Just to, when you're holding your thing to rest your thumb on the zigzags. A circle, I believe, has something to do with measuring the circumference of the human penis. Looks about right for me. Oh, booyah. And then we've got a that as well, so one of that, and also that, and a ruler too with no markings on it. So that is your first bit of your survival kit. Next we have, classic bit of paraphernalia, the emergency survival chainsaw. Let's see if this one works at all. Whoa, get it untangled first. Boing. Alrighty, so it is a rough bit of wire that you put around a tree branch, and I'll show some footage now of if it actually works or not. Next item is it's a whistle. Very, very light little whistle, possibly aluminium. A little plastic doofer in there to help you sound the whistle out. Let's see how loud it is. Oh yeah, that's shrill enough. Shrill. And then underneath here we have a storage area for some, maybe even a match. That's kind of cool. So whistle, that's a thing. Alright, then of course we have the fire steel, a very, very thin little fire steel, but it's a fire steel. Could even be the value of the thing. See if it works. Oh yeah. That works. Yeah, that could almost be worth the price of admission alone. Who knows? Then we've got this, of course, a button compass. Now, let's check which way it is pointing. It is pointing south, and that is truly working, because south is that way, and it is pointing south. See? Not too bad. And then the last thing in this kit, well, this is all the rest of the tools in one, I'm sure. So what we have here is a little multi-tool with a key ring on it. You've got on this multi-tool a saw blade. That'll be handy for if you need to make some tiny dollhouse furniture while you're surviving. You've got a plain blade that is so plain, it's even plain on this part as well. That's pretty good. You have a Phillips driver. That looks like a number. So you know, it's either a Phillips driver or it is I think it's supposed to be a Phillips driver. It's a little bit on the round side. That's all right. And then we've got a bottle opener with I'm sure you could fit that into something in the end there. So, you know, no, is it a bottle opener? Yeah, it's a bottle opener, which should open a bottle. Another survival essential, no doubt. And then we've got, on this side, we have the little torch. So, let's see if it works. It does, a little tiny torch there. Well, that's kind of cool, I must admit. A little torch working there on the moldy tool. Help find your way in the darkness in the forest. Not too bad. There we go. So that's just off and on by rotation. And then, of course, a little pair of spring-loaded pliers. You know what? Not the worst thing in the world, really. So anyway, yeah, so that's a strange little one. You know what? It's a mixed bag. Let's just call it that. But it's $10. What do you reckon? Terrible? Or like understandably terrible and forgivably terrible? I'm leaning towards forgivably terrible. Let's see what the other kit looks like. So this one here comes in like a Pelican-esque case. You can already see the stress on the plastic as it is holding this stuff closed. It has this colourful thing here, maybe just for identification at night. It's probably shining your torch around, find your survival kit when it's time to survive. Let's pop this one open. I've had a bit of a look already. So you open this lid, you've got some padding there, and then you've got the contents of your kit. Looks like a bit of a mess at the minute, so I'll just take it out one by one. So first off we have a torch with no batteries, but you know, it's a torch. It's a dual focus kind of little slidey, like an old mag light kind of torch. There we go, with some, you know, zooming instructions on the side. There we go. Then we have, a tactical pen, a survival essential. I'll just run a list up of all the great tactical pen stories I've come across where people have actually used tactical pens for, you know, to get out of scrapes. But yes, a tactical pen nonetheless. Let's see if it has ink in it. It does have ink. Let's see if it writes. Oh, it does. Writes very well. And then we've got, a compass. Let's see if this one is pointing. It's pointing a little less south than the other one pointed. Let's see, because the other one was pretty much dead true. So, I think they're interfering with each other maybe. Oh no, they're about right. Just took a while to get there. Little button compass, good-o. And then we've got this one. This item doesn't actually look too bad. This is like a little aluminium whistle. It's like a really like super whistle. It's got the, you know, it's super because it's got the double whistle action there. You can play all sorts of songs on this. This is my favourite. Yes, a fire steel with a comically short bit of attachment. I think you're supposed to loosen that up. Yes, that is just for packaging purposes. So there we go. This is like this one looks like the one that comes shoves up the ass of the old Bear Grylls knife. So probably the same fire steel company making it. Now, none of this doesn't really have an edge anywhere on it though, this fire steel. The scraper. There's nothing to scrape. It's like completely rounded over. Ah, well. They meant well. They just didn't want it to rust on you. Oh, and look, extra bit of equipment there. It's got a measuring tape on there with numbers. With numbers. Whoa. Alright. But yeah, that is... It probably will strike a fire, but probably not any time that you need one. Right, so then we've got a little flashlight here. Look at this beep, little keyring type toggle light. You know, it's not terrible. And then the piece de resistance of this kit is, look, it's a fully functional little slingshot. And 6 ball bearings. So they obviously know the priorities of survival are not, you know, shelter or anything like that. It is, first you hunt food. That's the first thing, isn't it? First you go out and, you know, you've found yourself stranded, you've got no shelter, no warm clothing, you're probably wet to the core. Blow your whistle, scare all the animals away, and then go and hunt them. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's, you know, it's actually probably not too bad. I've never used a slingshot before, so I'll go out and give it a try, see what I can do with it. I guess that would leave a nasty bruise. Ooh. So yeah, that is the second survival kit. You know, it's funny, like each of them has, you know, the whistles are fine, I guess, and this is probably a pretty decent fire still once all the paint's worn off of it. Let's use the knife on this. Oh, we'll just use the other striker, hey? We'll just see if this actually does strike. Where's the striker edge? There it is. Oh yeah, it does, you know, an okay job. So, you know, they've both got okay things in them, but yeah, just very interesting. I've always been meaning to sort of track down some of these little ultra budget junky kits, because these were all the rage. Check YouTube maybe 3 years ago, everyone was making Altoid survival kits. So I guess everyone just kind of caught on and started making their own. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little this little look. I'll catch you all in the next video, guys. Bye bye now.